So we had planned on talking about going to the gym today.
We were going to come up with like some really clever way of introing it.
But you can't go to the gym.
Nope.
Nobody can go to the gym.
So scratch that intro.
So we're going to just wing it.
Awesome.
No, but seriously, we will at one point be able to go back to the gym.
So it's still worth
discussing, hopefully sooner than later. But, you know, you could just envision what your gym used to look like. Either way, you know, walking into the gym can be an intimidating thing. And there actually might be some people that are very relieved that the gyms are closed. Are forced to work out at home.
The pressure's off.
The pressure is off. You no longer have to walk in and feel weird. But, you know, I walk into a gym and I feel the energy. I feel the excitement. Other people walk in and they feel intimidated. But what you need to keep in mind is that the gym, or any space for that matter, is just a building. Mm-hmm. 4 walls and a roof.
Yep.
It does not make you feel any certain way. You, my friend, are in charge of how you feel about that place.
Absolutely. When we are talking about getting over the Rona here, we're talking about going back to a new norm. And why not use that phrase to mean something good and something better for you? So when we're talking about being able to go back to the gym when they open them up, what is going to be your new normal? What are you walking into that you want to walk into? And how are we going to set ourselves up for that success?
Yeah. And what emotion do you want to feel when you walk in a gym? Regardless of what gym it is. What do you want to feel? Do you want to feel excited and energized by the people there? Or do you want to feel intimidated and self-conscious? You get to choose that, but you also can make some changes before that day comes in order to ensure that that feeling happens the way you want it to.
Absolutely. I am the one of these people that I go to the gym. Once I'm in the doors, I love being there. I love weightlifting. I don't love cardio very much, but I love being there and I can hold my own. I'm not super uncomfortable, but it's getting me into the gym. That's the hard part. I get myself ready. I get there. I drive all the way there and I sit in my car and I scroll Facebook and I make phone calls and I remember all of the things that I didn't write down on my to-do list. And, oh yeah, the pharmacy is just right over there. Why don't I go grab my prescriptions first and then I'll come right back. And I have these shoulder angels talking about the things that I should be doing and the things that I shouldn't be doing. And so I have this inner conflict. So being the professional organizer that I am, I tried to look at it from a different perspective. And instead of thinking about going to the gym simply to go to the gym, and the judgment and the scrutiny that I could face there, I look at it as a set of priorities. What are my priorities that I'm working for, and how much am I willing to work for them? If my priority to feel good isn't strong enough to get me into the gym doors, then it's either not a priority and I need to stop worrying about it altogether, or I need to shift how I go about meeting that priority so that I feel good doing it. But also to kind of take a micro section of this concept is when you go into the gym, set yourself priorities within the gym. So many times it's so easy to get lost and confused and saying, I don't know what to do there. There are so many different options. There are so many different things that I can find on Pinterest. There's so many different people to follow on Instagram. What do I do? And you just need to find out, okay, what are my priorities when I go to the gym?
Right.
Is my priority to build bulk? Is my priority to lose weight? Because what you do in the gym is going to be very different if you have different priorities.
Absolutely.
To lose weight and bulk up are going to look extremely different.
Right.
So what are your priorities when you go to the gym? And how can you make sure that you set yourself up for that success when you do go? So that instead of hanging on to distractors, mm-hmm. we are very, very clear with our priorities and we know exactly what we're going to do when we get there.
Yes.
And that takes away all of this wishy-washy, I'm not going to go in right now. Maybe I'll go. No, we're very clear on our priorities, how we're going to get there.
Yes.
And then once we get to the gym, we know the priorities of the day. And it's just a logical process instead of getting sucked up into that emotion.
Absolutely. Well, and really, you need a plan.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, I see them come in and they just kind of haphazardly use equipment, and they may have some sort of a, okay, I'm going to work out my upper body today, but they don't have a plan. And going to the gym every day and doing something is certainly better than nothing. But if you have a specific goal in mind, you need to make a plan to get yourself there. You know, I mean, we don't just get in our car and start driving and then decide where we want to go unless we're like trying to make our kid go to sleep or something. You know, most of the time you have a destination in mind when you get in the car. And not only do you have a destination, you have a route. And there's probably more than one way for you to get to that destination, but you have your way that you know is going to get you there the most efficiently. Or if you have to have stops along the way, you know, okay, I'm going to go this way and that way because I also have to go to the post office and I have to do this and that. So your workout should be very, very similar to that. If you have a destination in mind, like I want to lose weight. Okay, how do I want to lose weight? Do I want to use weightlifting to do it? Do I want to use cardio to do that? Do I want to take group fitness classes? Do I want to, you know, whatever. There's got to be a plan. And there's more than one way to get there. There's more than one route. And maybe you want a combination, just like how you had to stop at the post office on your way to the grocery store. Maybe you also really like dancing, and so you want to throw in a dance fitness class on your way to losing weight. That may not be your main destination, but that can be part of the route. So you really need to have a plan from the jump. And if you do, it's going to make getting out of your car in the parking lot so much easier because you already have a plan. You know exactly where you're headed. You know exactly what you're going to do. So it takes away the scary, ooh, I don't want to feel uncomfortable and stand in the middle of the gym and people are going to look at me and whatever. You have a plan. You walk through the door, you get it done. You know, there's a lot of gyms that have like a women's area or a women's only gym or whatever. And those are all designed to make you more comfortable. But truly at the end of the day, what makes you more comfortable is just getting in there. You just got to get in there and do it. Like you got to jump in the deep end. You got to rip off the Band-Aid, whatever analogy, but you've got to just do it because tiptoeing around the pink gym and working out with pink equipment, it may make you more comfortable right now. And if that works for you, awesome.
Great, then do it.
But what happens if one day the pink gym isn't available or you're out of town and there's no pink gyms, there's only blue gyms? You know, what are you going to do? If there's not a gym that's only for women, are you going to let that derail you? Are you going to let that be your barrier? You know, you've got to just start taking life by the horns and say, I'm going to just do this.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, I think the whole point of everything that we're saying is have that plan in place, set yourself up for that success so that you don't have those distractions. I mean, distractions are, something that I talk about a lot because there are a lot of distractions, and statistics have shown, for however they measure this, that between being distracted and recovering from a distraction, it can take up to 20 seconds to recover from a distraction. And considering that our attention span as a human race right now is anywhere between 3 and 5 seconds, we are recovering from or being distracted from what we're supposed to be doing up to 18 work weeks per year.
Dude,
we are either distracted
that
or
is a lot of
recovering from a distraction.
time.
18 work weeks a year. And we can't afford that when it comes to our health. I mean, if we allow ourselves to become that distracted with what brand of leggings do I wear to the gym? What hat am I going to wear to the gym? Should I do my makeup before I go to the gym? Do I go to a women's only gym? Like, those are all distractions, distracting us from being on task and focused on what we want to do. And if we spend that much time being distracted, do you want to lose 18 work weeks of productive life per year simply because we were too distracted to go to the gym?
That's crazy. 18
so
work weeks.
Give yourself that line of credit. I mean, get yourself to a point where you don't have to worry about the physical stuff so that you can, you know, I got dressed to go to the gym once at, 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't remember. Anyway, I was going through all of I have one drawer where all my gym clothes are. And I thought I picked out a blue shirt, but I was getting dressed in the dark. So I pulled out my pants that matched the blue shirt. I get to the gym and it's like this fluorescent orange color shirt.
Perfect.
So I'm like, awesome, here we go. But I also recognized that I was uncomfortable because of that situation. So I said, okay, that means I need to do 2 things. I need to make sure that whatever I put in my drawer, it doesn't matter what I pull out. If I get dressed in the dark, it looks good so that I don't feel uncomfortable. So I modified my wardrobe and how it looked. I also that day decided, you know what, just for myself, for my mental sanity, to say, I feel really uncomfortable with what I'm wearing right now. I look like a clown. I am going to get over that by approaching the strongest person in the gym and saying, I really like that exercise that you're doing. What's the technique? Show me how, if I were to do that, how would I do it? And what muscles am I paying attention to? And they were so nice. She was like, oh yeah, okay, here. And she showed me how to do it. And she didn't take a lot of time. Right. But it was just, this is how you do it. This is the technique. Make sure you're not doing it this way so you don't hurt yourself. Ready, set, go. Right. And it was like, oh, okay. And then after that, I didn't care. It didn't matter that I was wearing a hot orange shirt instead of a blue shirt. I got myself to a position. But there again, this is the mindset stuff that we're talking about. The mindset of get over your insecurities and do something to challenge yourself today, so that when we're insecure about our space or about our body, that there are other things, the other hurdles we can jump to set ourselves up for, ways to be happy. Right. In our head as well as with everything else. I have to say too, when you're thinking about, oh, the gym makes me feel, or that person makes me feel, those things aren't making you feel. I learned a while ago, one of the most powerful things and I remind myself and my kids of it often, when you think something is making you feel a certain way, you are actually giving your power over your own feelings to that person, place, or thing. So you are giving up all control over your emotions and allowing something or someone else to control you. And the way I explained it to my son was, you're giving someone the remote control thingy, like he uses for his video games, the controller, to you. Why would you do that? Take it back, take back the controller, and you decide how you're going to feel. Yeah. If you want to feel nervous and scared, you're going to feel nervous and scared. But if you decide, I am going to feel confident, I'm going to walk in this gym, I'm going to feel good about myself on the way in, and I'm going to feel even better on the way out. I'm going to make this happen. I refuse to allow myself to feel insecure. I refuse to allow myself to feel uncomfortable. Get it done. There's probably another area of your life where you've done that, or multiple areas. So you know how to do this. Just take that and transfer it. Whether you've done it and when you walked in the office and you were going to talk to your boss or someone and you were like, I'm just going to run this meeting and I'm going to be the boss. I'm going to own it. Do that at the gym. If, or whatever area of your life that you feel the weakest, transfer however you acted when you were your most high performing, most powerful self. Do that the same way somewhere else. That's fantastic. I love it. Yep. So this week's homework, obviously, can't go to the gym yet. Maybe by the time we put this out there. Maybe. Cross your fingers, cross your toes, but it's not likely. But you can begin to lay the groundwork. Yes. You can begin to decide how you want to feel. So as far as laying the groundwork from an organizational standpoint, go edit your wardrobe. You have so many options right now of athletic wear to buy that you should never, ever, ever feel uncomfortable in what you're wearing to the gym. So go edit your gym wardrobe and make sure that when you get dressed to go to the gym, you aren't causing yourself another distraction. and say, oh, well, you know, I have flabby arms. I shouldn't have worn a tank top. Okay, well then get rid of all of your tank tops.
Right.
So get yourself ready right now. Go replace the things that aren't working for you right now, so that when we can get back in the gyms, you're set and ready to run. And then make sure, you know, when we talk about, I talk about productivity all the time, that you're not using a distraction to stop you from meeting your priorities.
Mm-hmm.
So eliminate whatever is distracting you from actually getting from the car into the gym, and make sure that you set yourself up kind of a system of checks and balances to make sure that those distractions aren't preventing you every single time. So those are my takeaways, and some of the homework that I want you to start this week. Pay attention to your distractions and edit your workout wardrobe.
And while you can't be going to the gym, it doesn't mean you're not working out, right? Wink, 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 wink. Yes, you're still exercising. You should be. And even if it's just jogging in place in your living room, you have to have a plan, you have to have a destination. So make sure that you're working out with purpose. You're not just moving just to say that you did it. I mean, that's better than nothing, but that's not what you want. You have something in mind. You have a destination in mind. So let's figure out a plan. Let's get you there with purpose, not just kind of haphazardly.
Exactly. If you have found value in anything that we have said today, please share this with somebody who needs this value, who needs to listen to us, and who you want to share this with. Maybe somebody that is going to cheer you on just like we are. So make sure that you like, follow, and subscribe, but also share this with somebody else who needs a happy heart, head, and health.
One easy way is you can take a screenshot and tag us on Instagram or Facebook of you listening to this, and share it in your stories, share it wherever you want, and show the world that you're listening to something that is worthwhile.
Excellent. See you next week.